Hello there, welcome back to another episode of the official DOIJ podcast. Today we are joined by our guest, TJ.
Hello.
So, first off, how are you, TJ?
I'm very good. How about yourself, Zach?
That's good. I'm doing alright. I saw that you passed the, what was it, the battalion training?
Yes, the Squad 3 training. I sure did.
Squad 3, yes.
It took about 2.5 hours.
Was it that long? I swear I feel like the training announcement for it was like, what, 40 minutes ago? And that was, how many people attended that?
Ooh, I want to say there was probably about 6 off the top of my head. I can't read the list, but it was either 6 or 7.
6 or 7.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm going to be lying to us, as I feel like there was about 14 people that passed it when I read through the list.
Well, maybe so.
So
We started with 6.
Started with 6 people, always join, and then that's kind of how the training works. If you don't mind telling us what you do, outside of Discord in DOIJRP, for those who don't know, TJ is in DOIJRP.
So yes, outside of DOIJ, I am a United States Marine. I'm an MP, so military police officer. Pretty much just do normal things a normal law enforcement officer would do. Patrols. We have a few extra tasks, obviously. Gate guards, different taskers. But other than that, I try to hop on the game as much as I can. If I'm not busy patrolling anything.
Is there ever much crime like where you work? I mean,
well, relatively. It's just there's a big stereotype with MPs. We'll just pull anybody that's doing like 2 miles an hour over the speed limit.
Ooh, I thought it was 3. I better slow down then.
Yeah, but mostly it's just traffic stops. We do a lot of traffic stops. Obviously, there's houses that are on base. I'm currently stationed in California. I did just move here. It's called a PCS, military move, from Japan. I was in Japan for 2 years. Up there, so the crime is, it's pretty safe. It's military base, so.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine there's a lot of murders that go around.
There's not too many homicides,
I mean, if you got a lot of homicides and on base, then boy, you got a real problem.
Right, exactly.
Cause I'd imagine the only ones that get away with the homicide on base are probably the elite forces. Rangers, Navy SEALs, Green Berets, stuff like that.
Yeah, doing their training.
Yeah. Alright, so how has the whole coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic affected the military base and the way you work?
So the information that I can give about that, it's definitely we have travel restrictions for all DOD employees, so we can't go without. We have a certain mile radius that we can't go out of. They're trying to restrict us, our movement, just to try to mitigate the COVID disease. Trying to make sure that we don't get it. Make sure we're not contacting people that may have it and all that. So they're pretty safe with that. Otherwise, it's business as usual. The military, it never stops, never slows down.
Yeah. So have you all started wearing masks more often?
Yes. So actually, if we're in uniform, we actually wear what's called neck gaiters. It's pretty much like part of the gear that's issued to us. It's pretty much just a cloth thing. It's supposed to be used for whenever we go to the range. You keeps your neck protected from hot brass flying down your neck. It's never a good day. But
hot brass is never fun.
Yeah, it's never fun.
See, unless it's 22 brass. 22 brass, it doesn't really stay hot for long. I mean, that's
exactly. Yeah.
So but y'all ain't using 22s. I don't imagine.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. No, it stays hot for 5 seconds.
I mean, yeah. So So I mean,
But,
have y'all been spaced out like 6 feet apart? Like let's say y'all go to go to eat lunch or dinner or breakfast. I don't know, whatever. Can y'all only be have you been reduced in the amount of people that can enter, and then do y'all stay spaced out?
So it's we kind of do the same thing. That so what we do is we kind of base the situation off where our base is. So in California, Camp Pendleton, it's kind of near, it's like SoCal, Southmore. So we try and abide by how the governor and like how the mayor of like the towns around here kind of run things. So obviously we're doing the 6 feet social distancing. Within our facilities on base, we have only a certain amount of people can come in. They keep coming. Just kind of like, how they do it everywhere else in the world at this point in time. But everything other than that, at the chow hall where we get dinner, right? Where we go get dinner, breakfast, dinner, all that stuff. They have us spaced out. They'll have like the chairs taped off, and you still have to maintain your 6 feet distance with your mask.
Hold on. You got the chairs taped off?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
The chairs off. So like they'll put like something on the chair just so you won't sit there. So people are not sitting next to each other. It'll be like every other chair. You know what I mean?
Wait, are the chairs actually movable?
Yeah. Well, there's some that are movable, and there's others that are bolted to the ground. It's like a full set. Like got the table with the little stools.
Yeah, the table with the little stools. Yeah. I'd imagine it'd be a lot easier just to move the chairs. You can actually move, and so it's let's just tape them off. Just put something here. It's just move them so they're 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
And then I imagine it'd be a lot easier also, put little tape marks on either side of the chair, saying, okay, don't let this chair get too far to the right, too far to the left.
Right.
Gotta stay within this little.
Gotta stay within your little circle.
Mm-hmm.
Little square. And then on most facilities they have like the tape, like our barber shop. They have like the tape on the ground, so you're standing in line 6 feet apart.
Yeah, I've noticed that the tape like everywhere now, the little stickers, whatever, just on the ground. I remember I went to my dad's house over the weekend, and we went to a place called Five Guys. I don't know if you've ever been there or if you have one out in California.
Probably. I've never been to it.
Well, you should go. If you have one, you should go. Well, obviously not now, but
I've heard that place wasn't the greatest, but...
Oh, man, then you got to come to Virginia and go to Five Guys here, because, oh my gosh, it is delicious. But anyway, I remember, they had, like, the little stickers, on the ground, and, at the beginning of the line, it seemed pretty, okay, good. It was a good 6 feet apart, they're facing the right direction, but then there were two. One was facing the wall, and, like, right up next to the wall, and one was, like one or two were, like, right by it, so it's like, wait, so you got this perfect, okay, stay on this line, stay on this dot, stay on this dot, stay on this dot, you get distance, and now got 3 people grouped together, one facing the wall, so it's like, hold on. I guess that's a timeout 6 feet apart sticker.
yeah, that one person will be in timeout.
Yeah, then they're gonna get COVID because that's their punishment for breaking whatever rule they broke. I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
But and also I've noticed some places are like I don't know if you've ever been to an O'Charlie's.
Charlie's.
I don't know if y'all have it out in California. I mean, it's.
Is it like a burger kind of place?
Kind of. I mean, they have burgers, but I'm
originally from Texas. I know we got a restaurant out there called Charlie's.
Okay, it's called Charlie's. So yeah, we got the we're fancy.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, some places like Charlie's will have like the little, not really little, but the tape on the ground, like here's how you enter, here's where you leave. And most places will have it like on the door, like enter through this door, or enter through the next door, exit through this door only, whatever. But the one we went to a few weeks ago, the Charlie's, it was we went there on Mother's Day, and we go there every year, and they me and like 3 or 4 other people walked in through the wrong door because they didn't have it taped on the outside. It was perfectly taped on the inside. Like here's how you enter, you walk up, get your food, you leave, right? But they didn't have it on the outside, so it's kind of like. So I opened the door, I saw the tape on the ground, saying like pointing the other way. I'm like, should I leave and go around? I mean, at this point I've already breached. So I mean, what do I do?
Yeah, exactly. At this point, I probably would have got the COVID.
Exactly. Like, at this point, the system has already failed. So,
That's funny.
you know, what do I do there? But yeah. So I mean, I don't know about you, but I cannot wait for the places to open where you can go in and sit down, and not have to sit in our cars in the back parking lot.
Yes, honestly, I'm just ready for the bars to open back up.
I'm not really drinking myself, but yeah, I mean, I can't wait for everything to open up. Honestly, I am glad that all the small businesses are doing just as good, if not better, than the big businesses, like restaurant wise. I mean,
they definitely need a lot more support.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
with the big business, they I don't know if you saw, but apparently a couple of days ago, the rental car company Hertz. Apparently, they filed for bankruptcy, which is definitely a good indication. Hopefully that all of the other car rental places won't start following suit because
they probably will, but they'll come back. I mean, to be honest, I mean they'll file for bankruptcy and they'll come back. Cause, I mean, it's just economic time. Someone will start one up again. I mean, I can't imagine it's that hard to start one up. I mean, you just rent your car, make enough money to buy another car, and then I mean, I'm sure it's a lot more complicated than that. But I mean, they'll be back. They'll bounce back. Everything that falls now, that's a good business. Not just a good business idea, but like good business that people valued, and they had a lot of customers. They will bounce back eventually. I mean, once this thing is over, it may take some time, may take a few years or a decade or two, but they will bounce back and they'll come back. However, the businesses that were already losing business and already can go out of business, unfortunately, like GameStop, then those aren't going to come back. I don't think so. I heavily doubt it, but they'll be back. I definitely do feel bad for GameStop, though. You know what I mean? Because they were already the CEOs were already trying to the corporate was already trying to save the business. They were scrambling, they were panicking, and then
that's what they get for giving you 3 cents a game, kind of thing. What's that they're freaking notorious for?
Yeah, but then again, that's what kept them alive as long as they were. So, I mean,
yeah, that's true.
I mean, it was kind of the business model, and that's not really what killed them. It's all the digital downloads that people are doing now. It's all digital this, digital that. No one's buying physicals anymore. I don't mean like the physical from the medical doctor. I mean like the physical copies of games. I mean, they were even at one point were like selling toys, like a bunch of toys to try and not like a bunch of toys, but they had like a good decent amount of shelf space.
Wide selection.
So I mean,
you can find some old stuff there too, for the GameCubes.
And not going out. They stopped selling GameCube games a long time ago. The ones near me, they started even selling.
Really?
They sold PlayStation. The longest games they sold, like for a console era, was the PlayStation 2. They sold that up to the PlayStation 4 era, and then shortly after PlayStation 4 came out, then they just started slowly not selling it anymore. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Because when I was stationed in North Carolina, there was a GameStop on base there, and they actually sold granted this was like 3 years ago, but they sold like GameCube games, and they actually sold to no shit GameCube itself, like different older stuff like that.
Nice. I mean, the price. Well, I can't say GameStop was going to sell them because they're going to go out of business soon. But
nowadays they're kind of not looking too good.
Yeah, well, what I'm trying to say is because how they did they redid like the PlayStation, like the original PlayStation, and a few other little consoles and stuff, like little mini versions. And I think they even did a GameCube. I can't remember if they did that or if that's in the works. But so some place will sell them again.
Right.
For a little mini version, not GameStop, unfortunately. I mean,
fortunately not.
Yeah. And honestly, it really hurts me to see GameStop go because I was a diehard GameStop fan. I mean, anything I could get from GameStop, even if it was 10 times the price I get from Best Buy or Walmart or whatever,
right.
I would still go to GameStop because it literally just didn't feel right buying it anywhere else.
It's just the environment GameStop was. You walked in, it's like a dedicated video game.
Yeah, and the staff, at least the ones that I went to, they're really nice, they're knowledgeable. I mean, you just really felt like you weren't just walking into a game store. You kind of felt like you were walking into, a family business, or like your cousins behind the counter, and you know what I mean. You just kind of felt like almost like a family there. You know what I mean? Like, they just made you feel so welcome. I mean, like. I'm not gonna lie. I would get bored sometimes, and some place I lived at, I could just like literally walk up to a GameStop, and I'd hang out there like all day. I mean, just looking at games, and they're cool with it. I mean,
it's just the environment,
Yeah,
very friendly.
Very. So, just like the restaurant Friendly's, good little slip in there. Yeah, that was a great place. Have you ever been to a Friendly's?
What did you say, Finley's?
Friendly's.
Friendly.
Yeah. Have you ever been there? I mean,
I don't think I've ever heard.
They had like little sliders. They had chicken tenders on these little wooden sticks. I mean, it was great, to be honest. But now I think
I
they're.
don't think I've ever heard of it.
Well, if you ever find one, go there, and it probably won't be the exact same as they used to be, but oh my gosh, I mean, it was great. I mean.
Noted.
Yeah, so those are unfortunately going out of business as well. I know the last one in the general area that I live, or close to my dad's, was turned into a I think it turned like a gas station or something. I can't remember, or a convenience store. Like a 7-Eleven. I almost said 24/7. I've been in GTA sessions way too long. Way too long.
Too much GTA.
Oh my gosh! All right, well, we're probably running out of time because I'm sure you gotta go probably any minute now.
I gotta go check in. Got duty today, so.
Yeah, so this is also be the main focus of if we can get more people to voice their opinions on it of the next episode. But what is, you said you got a few words to say here, a few strong words you said about the new CAD we got very recently. So what's your opinion on it?
Yeah, it's definitely, it looks a lot nicer. I will give it that. It looks a lot cleaner and more professional looking. But it definitely, the operating system is just completely ass backwards from the last CAD. The earlier CAD we had, it was a lot more easier to navigate. Mm-hmm. A lot of the controls were a lot easier. Like just trying to search somebody up now it's like you gotta click on a down thing and then you gotta go to the lookup. But if you want to give them a citation or a warning, then you gotta back out of that, go to the freaking where you add a new citation, and then search up the individual's name again.
Yeah,
it's very not user friendly. I feel like it looks a lot better. That's the only thing I'll give it as a plus. But
yep.
And the panic buttons, I can't even hear the panic button half the time whenever it's pressed.
Yeah, the weird thing is people keep telling me that the cat will speak to you, and like I've actually heard over over Discord, like someone typed in, I think it was 64, and then I think I could hear the cat saying in the background like mentally ill or mentally violent or something like that, or ill, or whatever. Yes. I can't seem to get my cat to speak to me. That just shows you how well I'm disliked in this world. That not even the cat will speak to me. Like, come on.
Man, you're just that much hated the cat.
I know.
But it's the same with me, man. Like, it's a hit or miss. I've probably heard it once when I looked up an individual's name. It told me that it was like mental. It had like a mental tag. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, well, and I haven't heard it since.
Yeah, which like that's good. Well, when it works anyway. That you can have like the mental tag, violent tag. Like it's mentally ill, violent, and then there's something else. I can't remember what it is. But there's like 3 tags you can put on somebody. Yeah. But
exactly.
And I'll give you my opinion now. I'll give you opinion of it whenever we do the review video, whatever, or the opinion video. I don't know, exactly what that's gonna be worded, but.
Right. I
have seen the civilian side of it. I have seen the police side of it, as well as the old CAD. Now, like I said, the new CAD, I'll also give this that it does look a lot better. It looks clean, looks professional. but the navigation of it is just irritating. I mean, you can add more details. Like you can add we kind of add more details because you can add like an alias or nickname. I believe you can add more stuff when you create a character. When you create, you can create different licenses. Kind of make those detailed a little bit. But you can't edit your licenses. You can't edit your vehicles. So however, you can't delete it either. You can't delete your character either, so I can't just do a whole delete to get rid of a car, which I guess is good in a way. But I mean, it's just missing a lot from the old CAD. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm tempted to try and start to learn how to make a CAD and see if I can make a CAD that's better. Because
that would be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly tempted. And now there are some advantages that I see on this CAD on the police side. And now it's not anything that you stated, because I agree with everything you stated. It's just more pain on the police side, on the civil side.
Yeah.
But the advantages that I see that I wish I had the old CAD, but with the advantages of there's like a few buttons that you can actually click. You can self-dispatch. I don't know how well that works. But like at the top you can click 1097, 1023, and the others. Which for those of you who don't know is, 1097 is, on the way basically, and 1023 is on scene. And there's 10.6, 10.7, and then I think 10.8 might be another one or two as well. And you can actually click them. On the old CAD, you had to have like the F8 button or F9, whatever it was. And my computer wouldn't be able to press that, so not that I ever used that. So,
I do notice with this new CAD, there's the option to do self-dispatch, I've seen, which is kind of interesting in a way.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's. Yeah, and you can also add notes to the call you with us. Either you self-dispatch yourself or dispatcher dispatches you.
Right.
But I mean, I still prefer the old CAD as it was than the new CAD now.
I was honestly surprised whenever they put that up. It was like just out of the blue, left field kind of thing. I was like, why are we switching?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but that's my opinion of it. I mean, honestly, I got two stories of why they did it. I'm not sure which one is true. One is because it was cheaper, and the other reason that I got, again, I don't know if either of them are true, if any. The other reason was supposedly because the person that was running the old CAD wasn't updating it. But honestly, I don't even think it needed to be updated. I mean, there might have been a few bugs, but I mean, you could.
Yeah, I mean, there was a few bugs every now and again.
But nothing big. I mean,
exactly.
Nothing, so it's kind of. I'm gonna try and talk to, talk to the heads and see, can we switch back to the old CAD or something very similar to it? Because in the old CAD, I love how you could put in medical info, right? If you guy had medical conditions, you could do that. So you could put in and you could actually type it in. And that wouldn't be on autofill or whatever, so you could just type it in, if he has a peanut allergy or a granola bar allergy, whatever. And then you could kind of do more scenes like that. I actually had planned on doing a scene. I did a heist scene the other day. Hopefully I'll be able to. I'll tell you more, TJ, if you want, when you get off your shift. But I was hoping to do that heist scene and then do. Which I already did it, and hopefully I can get it edited and uploaded. But I'll probably do it again and see if I can kind of get away with it. And then I was going to use that if I get away with it, I was going to, use that little medical note section to actually, to do a little bit of enhanced RP. A little bit of enhanced scene for fire EMS. But now we can't have that medical note section because we had to gas.
Now we can
yeah. And now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to throw any hate or shade or anything on anybody in DOIJ. Even the people that made the decision of, let's go for this CAD, because they want what's best for DOIJ. They didn't know it was going to be a terrible CAD. I mean, they were saying, okay, this is going to be a greater CAD, whether it was cheaper or because, the old one was getting updated.
It's really just, it was really just trial and error.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah. So there is somebody in DOIJ that, at least on PS4, I think he's on a few other servers as well, that he says he makes CADs for a living. So hopefully he's making a new CAD for us now. I don't know, but I know I definitely won't be doing many Civ scenes until we get a new CAD. Until we get one that's a lot better, because I want to be able to edit. You can't even register weapons. Like you can't even register weapons, which is like.
That is true. Didn't even think about that. Yeah, you got that right.
Yeah, which thing? Because honestly, now in DOIJ you can't use explosives, homing launchers, rocket launchers, whatever. But in the old CAD, I had just to see the cops' reactions if anybody actually. And I haven't been pulled over by the guy yet, unfortunately. For one of my older characters, if you have RP'd with me, then I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. I've been using them a lot more recently. But I had homing launcher as a registered weapon, just to see what the cop's reaction would be. Cause let's say he's elderly, so he would forget if he actually has the weapon or not. He wouldn't have the weapon, of course.
I think I remember that guy.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, So, I don't know. When do you think they're gonna switch to a new CAD? If they do.
I mean, hopefully, a couple weeks. If they do, it's hard to say.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm right up with you there, and hopefully no more than 2-3 weeks. Hopefully within a week if we're really lucky.
Or at least address the issues that are with this current CAD and try and fix that.
Yeah, from my understanding, because what somebody did as we were exploring the CAD, the day the new CAD came out, and they were accepting everybody in the CAD as quick as they could. I remember someone said that they bought a version of the CAD, or they got a version of the CAD, or whatever, and they just opened it up immediately. And apparently, the people that did, not the people that did it, but people that were in DOIJ that got the CAD that we currently have, apparently they didn't change anything. So, but I did hear that they are, trying to, fix different things. And I hear there's a lot of issues on the cop side. I keep it, for instance, I used my elderly character the other day, and several times he wouldn't come back. And I know he's in the system. I know he's in the CAD system, because I put him in there. I'd be looking at him in the system. But, the cops would be saying, yeah, he's not in my system. And another cop would say he's not in the system. Now, I'd have that issue in the old CAD, but it wasn't with, pretty much everybody on shift.
Exactly.
So,
I've had a lot of issues with people not coming back, and they're like, nope, you're there.
Yeah, so, I mean, that is... And that's something that's hard to RP when, that your character is there, but for some reason it's not coming back in the CAD for the officer, so it's like, okay, how do I RP this and get this shown? I mean, especially with someone like my elderly character who has a flip phone. He doesn't have a smartphone and just go ahead and go up online, and he barely knows how to use the internet. I mean, he thinks Twitter is a dating app or dating website, so let's leave it at that.
Oh Lord, yeah, that's
so,
old man right there.
Yep.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for joining us, TJ. I hope you have a wonderful day at work. Thank you again for all you do. Stay safe out there in that crazy, violent base in California.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
We'll do our best.
But all seriously, man, stay safe. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for joining today's podcast. Maybe you can join another one someday. Hey, join enough, you might eventually earn yourself a go spot.
Alright, well, look at that.
So,
I definitely will be on the ropes on it, so I'll keep my ear to the ground.
Alright, yeah, definitely. Alright, last we're going to go ahead and end it. If you want to join the official DOIJ podcast server, go ahead and click on the second link in the description. If you want to join DOIJRP, then until I can get a fresh link for y'all, then go ahead and click on go to the podcast server, and then go to how to join, and I think it's how to join DOIJ, and which will be in the welcome category. Go ahead and follow the steps, click on that link to interview server, and then if you want, you can leave the podcast server. I wish you stayed, but if you're only looking for the best roleplay on PS4, Xbox One, and possibly 5M, then definitely join DOIJ RP. We have RP for GTA 5 on Xbox, PS4, and 5M. We also have RP for Red Dead Redemption 2 on PS4 and Xbox One. And eventually, I think they call it 5M, I'm not sure. I know they're working on a Red Dead Redemption 2 LSPDFR type deal. They're also working on the multiplayer for that, I believe, last I heard, which was months ago, but they are working on it. And yes, that's from the same people that bring you LSPDFR. They're going to do RDR2FR. This is going to be the actual name of it. In the next podcast, I'll go ahead and try and find some more news on that, some more updates on that. But for now, stay tuned, stay awesome. Thank you all so much for listening in.